Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the greatest scootering podcast ever in the entire galaxy. We have a really awesome day of audio listening with a really awesome guest. So, awesome guest, please introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. My name is Mia Catalano. I'm really excited to be here.
So, this is actually a really cool moment because you were the first girl scooter rider we have ever had on this podcast. And you were I feel like girl scooter riders are a rare breed of themselves. There's not many of you guys out there. So welcome. And I'm so excited to have you on here and ask you unique questions about what it's like being a girl in this amazing community. So first thing, where are you from?
I was born in Corona, California, and I live in Downey now.
Hell yeah. What got you into scootering initially? You're very invested in the scooter community now, but that had to have started from somewhere. Where did that all begin?
I used to ride a skateboard. My mom,
really?
Yeah. My mom would walk our dog around the park while I rode. And then I ended up meeting Nate and Hayden Tansley and Nick Donatelli. They were always at my local, always riding. And they let me ride their scooter one time, and that next Christmas I got one and just never stopped.
That's so cool. So were those your main riding partners for the first beginning little bit of your scootering?
Yeah, they're definitely the guys that I looked up to the most. Getting to watch them ride every day, it was really cool.
Was there a significant moment in your beginning of your scootering where it defined to you, this is something that I actually want to strive for? Was there an instance or a feeling, a sensation that you had where you're like, all right, I'm going to stick with this?
I think it was more of a feeling for sure. Because I've played every sport. But scootering, as an action sport, it's its own thing. And it's so different than every other sport. And the feeling that you get and the family, as a scooter community, it's really different. And I think I fell in love with that.
That's awesome. What about the family aspect of the community keeps you involved so much within scootering? What is it about it that you like so much?
I think it's cool because everybody comes from different backgrounds, but we're all scooter riders. And whether you've never met somebody and you're meeting them for the first time or you've known them for forever, it's you haven't skipped a beat, it's you're all on the same page.
I feel like whenever you meet a scooter rider, it's there's this weird acceptance that you feel towards one another where it's hey, you're weird too.
Yeah.
It's this indicator, you're weird, and because you're weird, I can trust you.
Yeah, literally.
I've experienced that. It goes all around the world. It's you can meet scooter riders from everywhere. You just recently went to Barcelona and really got to meet a huge part of the scootering world. What was that like? I mean, you went there once before, but I feel this most recent time was a big introduction.
Yeah, I think I was older this time.
Yeah.
First time I went was in 2019, so it'd been 3 years. And it was really cool getting to meet everybody or see people who I haven't seen in years. And also they had street this year.
Yeah.
And there was supposed to be a girl street. Unfortunately, there wasn't. But it's cool getting to experience the competition side, but then also get to watch. And in 2019, we didn't get to do that. Everything was kind of at the same time, whether it was practice and a comp or something like that. But this year, you really got to experience both sides.
Got you. So when you first started scootering, you were definitely more of a competition park rider. You had knee pads on.
Yeah.
Who did you ride for in that first era of scootering?
I rode for Fusion.
Fusion. Did you also ride for the Volt?
Yeah, I got on Fusion, and the next day got on the Vault.
What was that like? How'd that make you feel?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I was very grateful, and it just it happened really fast for me, but I don't regret any of it. Riding for Fusion was great, and I got to ride for them for 4 years about. So I was there through all of their parts changing, and they had bad rap that they had in the beginning, and then to where they are now.
Yeah, I feel like Fusion went through this major transformation. I feel like at the very beginning of Fusion, they started it off with a horrible decision by doing this ad campaign with throwing away two-wheeled scooters. And then from there, they were just kind of this weird brand.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until they got their management kind of tightened up that it really started to blossom into like a reliable scooter company like it is now. And I don't know, it's kind of cool that you got to go through that transformation of it. Can you tell me about some like the cool memories that you had being a part of Fusion?
I think Barcelona 2019 is definitely like my top memory with Fusion. It's my first time out of the country and my first like real scooter trip. Like I had gone to things like in LA, but I live in LA, so I wouldn't count that.
Yeah.
But Barcelona, it was just like unforgettable. I was really nervous though.
Yeah. What made you nervous?
It was the first time they had Girls Worlds and I wanted it really badly.
Nice.
Yeah, but did you know that I threw up on the plane right there?
No.
Yeah, it was bad. It was that bad.
Just out of anxiety for the comp? What?
Yeah, I know, right? I threw up the morning before my flight, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm not missing this flight, so I have to go. And then I sat with Shelby on the plane and then threw up like in my hoodie right next to Shelby.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I feel like within scootering, there's like when you see another scooter rider, there's that like, hey, you're weird and I trust you. But I feel like amongst the scootering world, there's even a smaller circle of just the girls where it's like, like, hey, you ride a scooter, you're weird, but you're also a girl. And it's like, because of that, you guys have created like this unit. Like, I feel like all of you guys really communicate with each other.
Yeah, we definitely do.
But when comp days comes around, is it as close anymore? Or do you guys get competitive?
I mean, we would never like talk badly to each other or anything.
Yeah.
Like maybe in a joking manner, but even then, like, I'm sure beneath the surface, there's a little like, okay, I really want to win. Like I need to win right now.
Yeah.
But we're very nice to each other. Like comp days are normally like pushing each other to like not be nervous and just like, it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Just like try your best.
Yeah. I feel like it's funny though, because normally you're like the only girl scooter rider in sessions, you know, maybe Delaney's there or something, but generally speaking, you're like the only one. But I feel like when you're amongst the other only ones, it's like, nah, like, I gotta be this. Like, this is...
Yeah. No, that's definitely, definitely there. Like, I'm not gonna lie and say that I've never felt that way.
Yeah.
But...
Because I feel like amongst girl scooter riders, I feel like there's not as high of an expectation for tricks in like one for one. But I feel like amongst you guys, that expectation goes away. So it's just like, now it's like game's on. Like, all right, I'm really going up against you.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because for a girl, like when we ride with guys and when we ride with girls, it's like two completely different things.
Yeah, tell me about the sessions. How do you feel during both of them?
So I feel like there's honestly more pressure riding with the guys. Like it depends on how long you've known them. Like if you've ridden with them a lot, then it's different.
Yeah.
But if you haven't, there's just like this need to like impress, kind of. Like you don't want to do a trick that you think you're going to fall or something like that. Or you want to do something that they'll think is cool. And you don't want them to think it's cool because you're a girl. You want them to think it's cool in general.
Yeah. Like you don't want it to be like this fake like cheer because it's, oh, you're a girl and you did this trick. You want it to be like a genuine like good shit. Like,
yeah, exactly. Which like a lot of the time, like that's how we feel, is that like guys will be like, yeah, that's sick. Like that a girl did that. Or like even like for an edit or something, like anything. It's like, yeah, that was sick for a girl. But to us, it's like, we want it to just be sick.
Gotcha. Does that bother you? Does that bother you ever?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you guys talk about that amongst the girl scooter riders?
Yes,
about that like, oh, that was cool for a girl.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We do talk about that.
Tell me about that.
It's just like, you like put so much work into a trick and then you only get credited for it because you're a girl and you did it. When it was like, it took you a lot of effort to do it, but it's like, that was only cool because you're a girl and you did it.
Have you experienced the opposite where you get unnecessary hate because you're a girl, or like, oh, this was only cool because she's a girl? Like, suppose you're getting a lot of recognition for a trick and somebody's like, oh, this is only getting recognition because she's a girl. Like, does that bother you? Yes,
that bothers me. I think I can speak for all girls and say that bothers us.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny that the sport is so lopsided that it's like whenever there's like a whole different tier category for like the tricks that girls have done. Like whenever I see it's like competitiveness towards flips and whatever. It's like this whole different category for like what the girls have done.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. So what do you think it will take to get more girl scooter riders within the scene? Because I feel like a lot of these, I guess, these walls that are built up amongst like the expectations of what tricks girls do and the tricks that guys do and just all of that. I feel like the only way to eliminate that is by having an equal distribution of guys and girls within scootering. And being a girl scooter rider, what do you think it would take to get more girls within the scene?
I think just like showcasing it more. I mean, like Instagram is not enough to get like a girl into the scene. I think edits are really important. Like if you think about like guys, like how much they watch edits, like to a lot of guy riders, like that's the most important thing about scootering, or like the most like gets you up and you want to ride after watching an edit or like a part. So I feel like we need more of that in girl scootering. Like there really isn't any. So I feel like that's something that's really important. And then also just like riding together, because like most of the time, unfortunately, because we all live so far away from each other and there's not that many of us, it's like hard to show like us riding together, which is like if I saw two girls like riding really well, like I would want to go do that. I want to join them.
Yeah, I feel like what it would take is there needs to be like regular groups of girl scooter riders who are out doing their craft. And I feel like that's how they would attract more girl scooter riders, because I feel like I watch like girls and rollerblading, right? I feel like there's like groups of girl rollerbladers in LA that just like link up and with no guys, and they just like make edits for each other. And the edits have a completely different vibe to them. And it's almost like it has like this lifestyle touch that I feel like the guy edits don't have, and this like certain aesthetic. And I would really love to see that like enter into the scootering world, because like I feel like that'd be so cool. And I feel like that would really strengthen scooter culture.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think I would love to just like sit back and watch girl scooter edits. Like I would just, to me, that's like something that I would want to watch. Like I would want to watch my friends.
Because I feel like that'd be so different. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they would, especially once there's enough girls and there's, I feel like there would need to be a couple girls that make some breakout video pieces that define like this is a girl style edit. And I feel like there's so many different routes you can go with it. Like scooters are so customizable, you know? It's like I feel like if there was enough girl scooter riders, there would be like hypothetically like bars that would only look right if you're a girl scooter rider. You know what I mean? Like just little like personality things that could be added into the scene. One day it would be so cool to have like a girl owned and operated scooter company. Like imagine that.
No kidding. Yeah, that would be so sick.
That would be insane.
Maybe I'll do it. I'll hit up Delaney. We'll do it together.
Yeah. So you and Delaney are like a power duo within scootering. What has it been like progressing and riding with her?
I love riding with Delaney. We're like, I feel like for most of the girls that I talk to at scooter, we're all like the same. Like we're pretty much the same. We think the same when it comes to like riding, or we're like riding with guys or just together. We have the same thought process. So I love when I'm with Delaney, because we can like read each other's minds, literally. Like we're on the same wavelength.
I feel like when you're doing your scootering, you feel these certain vibes that like you pick up on, and maybe most of the guys in the group are just completely like unaware of like these certain emotions. But like when you're with Delaney, you could just like look at each other and be like, all right.
Yeah, and we'll text each other too all the time about that kind of stuff, like all the time. That's all we talk about is scootering.
So you two just sit around and just talk about scootering.
Definitely.
That's so funny.
Yeah, or like people in scootering.
It'd be so funny if there was like a girl YouTube scooter rider who like did in-depth videos about people.
Oh my God, we could do that. We could literally do that.
From like a girl's perspective.
Yeah. I don't know if the guys would like it, but we could do it.
I feel like it would be such like an opening thing for like getting girls into scootering if there was content that was like directly like girl oriented.
Yeah.
And like the way that things were said were more like for the way girls thought, you know what I mean? Just like more. And I feel like that would be so cool to just get more people into it, because like I just want to see more girls within scootering. I feel like that's like the most crucial thing.
Yeah, same. Have you seen the Barcelona scene for girl scootering? It's crazy.
I haven't seen it in the last, like, not as recent as you have. Describe it to me.
There's so many girls. Like, when I went there, I was so surprised to see that many girls riding at the skate park. Mm-hmm. And, like, not, like, on razor scooters like you'll see here, like, occasionally, but, like, actual, like, customs.
Yeah.
And they're all, like, pushing and trying to, like, do new tricks and get better. And it's just crazy because I've never seen that many girls, like, just riding together outside of, like, a competition.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Why do you think that girls over there, why do you think it's more present than girl scooter riders here?
I mean, it might have to do with the way scootering's viewed in Spain versus the way it's viewed here.
And how do you see that?
Well, the way I see it is different, but a lot of people see it as, like, you know, skateboarding versus scootering or BMX. It's like, why would you scooter when you can skateboard or ride a bike?
Yeah, here.
Yeah, in America. Like, it's not viewed the same, which it should be.
And over there, you feel like it is?
Yeah, I feel like over there, scootering has a lot more acceptance, and even, like, I feel like there's more scooter riders than, like, skateboarders. At least when we go to the park, most of the time, there's a lot of scooter riders there.
I feel like the infrastructure of the city also allows for easier transportation with scooters. Because I feel like one of the main problems in America with, like, scootering is, in order to be a successful, I feel like, professional scooter rider here in the States, unless you live in New York, you can't do it without a car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And
Definitely.
I feel like if America was more of an urban setting, I feel like we would see not just more groups of girl scooter riders, just more groups of scooter riders in general, because I feel like the main mode of transportation would be your scooter. It wouldn't be a car. And I feel like because of that, people would link up and ride more. And I feel like in Spain, that's a big reason why there's so many scooter riders and girl scooter riders. But one thing that makes me curious is, like, I feel like abroad, a lot of the scooter girls are, like, more street oriented. And I feel like in Australia and in the States, girls are more park oriented. Like, obviously Delaney breaks that mold, but, like, generally speaking, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, the girls that have came to the United States, why do you think that is?
I think it's just, like, what you're working with. I mean, here we have amazing parks, and same with Australia. Like, they have great indoors and outdoors. And here, you know, you can drive 10 minutes, find a new skate park. Another 10 minutes, find another one. Like, there's just a lot to work with here, whereas in Barcelona, I mean, the street spots are just amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's built for scootering. Like, and they have, at least in, like, where we stayed, there was, like, 2 parks. Or you could take the train.
There's Forum and
Marbella.
Yeah.
However you say it.
Marbella, yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like another reason maybe is because in the park world of scootering, I feel like there appears to be more structure behind it. And maybe I feel like a lot of the girl scooter riders get into it when they're probably around 13 or 14 years old. Like, it's rare for me to see a girl get into scootering when she's, like, 20, you know? Like, I don't think I've ever really seen that before. And I feel like when a girl is, like, 13 or 14, her parents probably want it to be around something that's more structured. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's, like, that's where, like, the park riding, like, the park side of scootering, like, becomes, like, oh, there's actually structure behind this versus the street that's just, like, go off and just, like, ride, you know?
Yeah, well, especially as a girl, like, I know I was not allowed to be at the skate park alone, even if my friends were there, for the longest time. Like, when I was younger, my parents had to be with me, even, like, at a skate park or a competition. Like, I had to have people with me. They were, like, looking out for me. And I definitely would have never been able to, like, venture off in the streets with, like, the boys.
I feel like being a girl scooter rider, or just a girl who is actively at the skate park, because I feel like there's a big distinction. There's certain girls who go to the skate park with the objective of consumption. And when they go there, they're looking for entertainment from other people. But there's another breed of girl, and these are girls who legitimately go to the skate park to do their craft, which is the skater girls, rollerblade girls, scooter girls, like, and they go there for their craft. But I feel like a problem is the perception of the people, especially, like, there's weirdos at the skate park, you know?
Oh my God, yes.
And it's like, for them, it's like they can't distinguish the difference between, like the girls at the skate park. Like they don't realize that the girls are there just to do their craft, you know? And I feel like that's kind of a bummer within the scene or just within the world that it's like you can't go to the skate park with the same like security just like by yourself that like a guy could. Does that bother you? Like what is that? Do you think about that?
Yeah, of course. It's like it kind of sucks because it's like always something that you're thinking about. Like when you go out or when you go to the skate park, it's like you're always like have a chip on your shoulder as a girl, especially like in the scooter scene.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're always with guys, like 24/7.
You can't go to the park alone.
Yeah. Well, now I do, but I used to not.
Yeah. Well, you're older now, so.
Yeah, exactly. But like,
I remember the one time that I went to the park with it was me, you, and Daniel went to that park in LA, and it was like,
oh my god,
we were all just riding, and everything was fine. And then it was like the second that Daniel and I like went away for 2 seconds, it was like there was some creepy like hood dude hitting on you, and I'm just like, yo, like, does this happen every time?
Yeah, it happens pretty often. Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it's like whatever. Like if I'm with my friends, I don't really care. Like because like I was with you and Daniel, so I didn't really have anything to worry about except for the fact that he was like kind of giant. But
and then he like came up to your car after.
Oh my god, yes, he did. He came up to my car. Oh my god, I was literally trying to get out of there as fast as I could. And you guys were like across the street from me, and I was like, oh my god.
It was like he made it from the skate park. Like we walked with like the three of us walked to the car, right? Mm-hmm. And we were like, all right, we'll catch you at the Chick-fil-A. And then you were getting in your car. And then Daniel and I walked to my car. And it was like across the street. And by the time that we like have our scooters loaded in the trunk, we turn around.
All about to leave.
Homie's at your window. Hey.
I know. Oh my God. That was just. And that happens like. It's common that will happen. To like. Which just sucks. But. There's nothing I can do about it, I guess.
That's so strange.
Yeah, it's just like.
I feel like the only way to like change that perception once again is like there needs to be more just girls in general, like skateboarders, scooter riders, just everything within the scene, like just within that culture.
Did I tell you that guy followed me on Instagram and DM'd me after that?
How did he find you?
I don't know. I could not tell you.
That's weird.
Yes, I know. And that's like another thing is it's not just like in person. It's like on social media. Like everything's sexualized for a girl scooter rider.
Yeah, tell me about that. Tell me about that aspect of scootering. Like that must get annoying, right?
Yeah. Well, like for example, like in my comments, they'll make comments about like my body or my looks or whatever, and like just completely ignore the fact that I just like did a cool scooter trick. Like, it's just like pushed aside, and like all they're focusing on is me, which is like, I mean that's cool, but you know I really like worked hard for this clip, and you're just like gonna completely ignore it because. I'm a girl.
It's like, yo, I'm showing you a demonstration that I did. It's not like I'm taking a selfie. You know what I mean?
Literally. Like I'm wearing a baggy t-shirt and shorts.
Do you ever feel like when you're around scooter riders, do you ever feel like people are potentially fake to you just with like expectation? Like, do you ever feel like people are different around you because of you being a girl scooter rider? Like they only do things out of the intention because they seek something from you, they seek attention from you. Like, do you find that a lot?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. I feel like, well, I don't want to go too into that, but it's pretty common.
Dang.
I could say for most girl scooter riders, or at least like my closest friends.
Does that ever discourage you from scootering?
I mean, no. Because it's like, as a girl, there's a lot of things you have to put up with outside of scootering anyways.
True.
So it's just kind of like, put up with it and you get to scooter. Or like, let that stop you from doing something you love. Mm-hmm. So I'd much rather just put up with it.
Very true. I understand that. Mm-hmm. But scootering is not your only sport. It's not your only craft. I didn't know this until I actually got to know you, but you also play hockey?
Yes, I play ice hockey.
Can you tell me about where all that came to play?
So my mom put me in figure skating lessons.
Was that because of Blades of Glory?
Of course.
It's like seriously, like, straight up.
Seriously, it's because of Will Ferrell and Blades of Glory. Like I love Will Ferrell. I'm his biggest fan.
So you started. So the entire beginning of hockey was just like watching Blades of Glory as a kid.
Like on every like road trip or like hockey tournament we had, it was just on repeat in the back of the car.
Is
like,
that a common thing amongst hockey players? Or is this
what?
only you
Like,
getting into it because of Blades of Glory?
oh no, that's definitely just me. I like force my teammates to watch Will Ferrell movies. I feel like you have to. I can't believe you hadn't seen Step Brothers until last night, which we didn't even finish.
Yeah, the whole group of us was shocked that I had never seen it.
I'm sure the whole world is shocked that you haven't seen it. That's
sorry.
such a great movie. But yeah, Blades of Glory definitely started my career in hockey.
Tell me about what it's like being a girl hockey player. Like, that's pretty unique as well.
Yeah. It's different because I'm always with girls, whereas in scootering I'm always with guys. And honestly, a lot of the time there's so much drama, which is like just sucks. And it makes it like, it can make it not fun, you know, because it's like there's always something going on, whether you're involved or not. Like it's the whole team, it's like connected to the whole team. So you have to deal with it, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But like
one person's problem becomes everyone's problem.
Yes, seriously. And like there's been a fight in practice before on my team. We like had to pull the two girls apart, like, and we're teammates. Like
oh my gosh.
So
isn't it hockey? Isn't that what you do though?
Not with your teammate. Like I would never hit my teammate.
Do you fight in hockey?
So for girls,
like, are you allowed to in the girls division?
No, you're not allowed to fight, but like it happens. But you just get like you can get suspended, or like just thrown out of the game, or like like a 5 or a 2 and a 10 like minute penalty.
Are guys your age allowed to, or is that also against the rules?
It's also they can't fight, but like nobody cares. Like,
is there like a line you crossed into professional where it's like, okay, now it's allowed? Yeah,
it's literally. Well, I feel like guys always want to fight each other, so it does happen. But I feel like it's definitely most common in the NHL, and you're not going to get kicked out of a game for it. Like they'll just give you like a 5-minute penalty.
Yeah.
Which is like nothing. So.
Have you ever fought a girl?
Yes, one time. I was in Canada.
Yeah.
And we were losing. It was 2-1, and there was like 20 seconds left or something like that. Like the game was almost over.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't even care at this point. And I like hit her into the boards, and then we both like kind of collapsed. And then she like shoved my helmet into the ice. And then I just like got up, turned around, and punched her in the face. Like just like no hesitation, just turned and punched her across the face. And then we started fighting. I won the fight, of course, though. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
And then didn't get kicked out of the game. I was surprised. They just put me in the box for a 2 and a 10, but there was 20 seconds left, so I only had to sit in there for 20 seconds.
Damn.
Yeah. But
do you sit in the box a lot?
No, actually, I don't.
I find that surprising.
I know, right? I feel like in hockey, I'm a forward, so I'm more of like a goal scorer, I guess I would call myself.
Got you.
So I'm really not in the box unless I get really angry.
And for slashing somebody.
Yeah, or just like hitting somebody. Like there's just like this urge you get where you're just like, oh my God, I gotta hit this person. Like, dude, like you just like hate them. It's just like rage.
Dude, I totally feel that because growing up as a kid, I played lacrosse. And whenever I would play like basketball and PE, because it's like similar like play to like lacrosse, and I'm sure hockey too. It's like my urge in lacrosse is to hit somebody, and I can. And then, but in basketball, I'm always like, oh, like I want to hit you right now. Like I would totally know how to check you when you go this way, but like.
And I feel like that's why I chose hockey over all the sports that I played, because it's just like, oh, I can just let my anger out and just hit people and score goals, which is like all that you need. It's all you need in life.
Do you feel like your scootering has given you an extra toughness in hockey?
Yeah, I think they've both, they both helped each other.
Yeah.
I think like probably like the working out aspect of hockey like just makes you so much stronger for scootering, and like when you fall, it's not so bad because like you're always getting hit in hockey. And for scootering to hockey, it's also like you're working your legs so much and your arms, and it's like a lot of the same thing when you're playing. Like you have to have strong legs to be a hockey player. Like that's the most important thing is your legs, and then your core and your arms for like shooting. But the most important thing is your legs, and like pumping around a bowl, it's like a workout.
It really is.
Yeah. So I think that's just how they would help each other out.
I feel that. So you were an intense scooter rider when you were first time going to Barcelona in 2019, and then you were riding for Fusion, you were riding for the Volt. Mia was on top of the world, and then she must have watched Blades of Glory again because you quit scootering to only pursue hockey.
Yes.
But then why did you come back?
Okay, so I quit to just focus on hockey.
Okay, first off, why did you quit scootering to only go into hockey? And then why did you quit hockey, or not quit hockey, but like also go back to scootering? Two-part question.
Okay, two-part. It was like a really important year. That year for like, I was going to the USA hockey camp. Mm-hmm. So I was trying
What's
to make.
What's that?
So it's like a series of camps, basically leading up to like the national team or the Olympic team. So like there's the under 18 women's team, and then there's the under 22 women's team.
Yeah.
And then there's the Olympic team. So it was like a really important year for me for that. So I was just focusing on training and just getting there. Mm-hmm. And then I like left all my sponsors, and I missed it for sure. Like I was so sad when I like sent those texts out where I was like, yep, I'm leaving. Like it was hard for me to do. And I made sure though that I told them, I was like, I'll be back. Like I don't know when, but I'm sure I will be. Cause it's just like, I love scootering so much. So it was really hard for me to leave, but I felt
it was like the perfect contrast to your hockey.
Yeah. And I just felt like that was what I had to do at the time. Mm-hmm. And then I went to my friend Sevilla's birthday party, and her brother works at the Vault. So I told her to invite Austin and Walter.
Yeah.
Because they were my closest friends at the Vault. And then I saw them, and they wanted me to start riding again. So this is like about a year after quitting.
Yeah.
And like I thought about it. I was like, yeah, sure.
And how long ago was this? This was like a year ago, right? Maybe more?
Yeah. Like about a little less than a year.
Okay.
That I saw them. And they were like, yeah, like get back into it, like, because when I had stopped, it was pretty much like Delaney was like getting big. Like that's when Delaney was like,
did Delaney
hitting
light a fire under your ass?
Yeah. That was before, or no, I already knew Delaney. So.
Oh, you already knew her?
Yeah, we met at Woodward, like
really?
Way back. Yeah.
I had no idea.
She was there as a camper for Girls Week.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
That's sick. I had no idea.
Yeah, she got a concussion on a rail. I remember that. She came up to me and she's like, bro, I just got a concussion. And she had a helmet on and still got a concussion. So I was like.
She's always saying bro.
Yeah.
You guys call each other bro, huh?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Or like bruh.
Bruh.
Like, bruh, really? But, so she was riding more, which was cool to see. And it like had, like, I was reminiscing about Woodward and like I missed riding, and like it would have been fun to ride with her again. And then I still didn't really ride. Like I would like go to the skate park with like Austin and Walter and Sevilla, and just like sit there with Sevilla. Like I wouldn't really do anything. I had no motivation to ride.
No drive too.
Yeah. Because it's like I didn't want to get hurt for hockey. That was the biggest thing. That's like why I had quit. It was like I did not want to get hurt. And then so August, I believe this last August, I got invited to Worlds because it was invite only from 2019.
Oh, and you were there.
Yeah, so it didn't matter that I hadn't ridden. I still got invited. And at first I literally thought it was a joke. I was like, is Fernando messing with me? Like, what is this? And then I like talked to a bunch of people, and they were like, yeah, it's for real. Like, this is happening.
And you're like, shit.
I was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, I can't miss Barcelona. Like, I cannot miss this. So I decided, I was like, yes, I'm going. Like, I'll pay for my own stuff because I'm not sponsored. Like, I don't even care. Like, I just want to go. And so I started riding more. And then I just like, oh my God, it was instant. It was like, I fell back in love. It was like, I had never left. It was so great. It's like such a good feeling.
What about it, like scootering in particular, that you genuinely enjoy? Is it the friendships and the bondings that you have? Or is it more surface level, just like the simplicity of doing the tricks? Like what really keeps you into the scootering the second time around? Like what was the aspect of that love that you were like, this is what I've been missing. This is what I need.
I feel like scootering has so many things to it. It's like it's an adrenaline rush, and like the feeling when you land a trick, like the confidence that you get, and then the people in scootering are the best.
Absolutely.
Like they're the best. Like it's a family all the way through. And then like the freestyle. Like you get to do whatever you want. And I've like grown up playing team sports. And so in scootering, it's just like, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want.
It's kind of like we're one big team. And it's like, what play are we going to make today, group?
Yeah, literally.
You know?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah. That's awesome that you have two like completely different mediums to like express yourself. One very like organized and one very loose, you know? And then what's also interesting about that is like the very organized side is like you're only around girls. And the very unorganized side, you're just around guys.
Yeah.
And it's like you have like a whole bunch of contrast in your life about where you put your time. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah. I love, like, don't get me wrong, I love my teammates, like my hockey teammates. They're the best. But I think I would much rather be on a scooter trip or like scootering
Why?
than with them in the nicest way possible.
Is it just because of the structure?
I feel like, yeah, it's like we all want to be there. Whereas a lot of time in hockey, we're forced to be there. You know what I mean? Like practices and things or like a workout. It's like not everybody is there having fun because not everybody wants to be there.
Do you find that a lot of the girls are only there because their parents want them to be there, or they're there because they've made some commitment that they don't really want to keep up? Like, do you find that a lot? Because in scootering, that you don't really see that. If somebody doesn't want to scooter, they just quit, you know, and then they're just not there. Like, but if you're on a trip, everyone is very enthusiastic.
Yeah. Well, so I'm on a new team now, but the team that I was on before, it was a lot of like parents. It was like they wanted their kids to do this, and then my friends just felt like they couldn't quit because like they owed it to their parents because they put all this money into them playing.
Yeah, because hockey's expensive, isn't it?
So expensive, which is another thing that's like great about scootering.
This is cheap.
Yeah, like it's so cheap, especially if you're sponsored.
Yeah. Then
it's like it just keeps you going because you don't have to worry about like money. Whereas like hockey, it's so much money, and like every trip you go on, you have to pay for. You're on your team, you pay for your flights. It's once a month, and the hotel and everything, and then gear. Oh my god, gear is so expensive.
Well, so I'm assuming all of you guys stay in the same hotel together, right? And all of you guys take you guys don't all live in the same place, so you guys all meet up at the same. Is there like this parent team organization thing that you all like put your money into to like get on the same page, or is it just like, all right, here's where the game is, like be there this date?
Well, you have to pay for the ice as well, so it's like for it's so everything is costly. Like you go to a tournament, and there's the tournament fee. So like whatever your team has to pay for the ice and for like the referees and everything, like so you have that, and then your hotel fee, which if you're going with just your team, then you will pay like in your monthly fees. But if you go with your family, like let's say like anybody wanted to go with you, like you would just pay for yourself, like you just get your own hotel room.
Got you.
But like so normally I'll stay with my teammates, so there'll be like 4 of us to a room, and then we'll like all drive to the rink together, but you have to help pay for the rental car. Like for your coaches, like we pay for our coaches' flights too. It's like their job, like they're coaching. So we pay for everything. Just like split up between the team.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
That's crazy. Is your team good?
Yes, my team is really good.
How good?
Like really, really good. Like I think we'll be going to nationals in about a month. And I think we'll probably win. Like, I have a lot of faith in us.
So you're going to be on, like, the girls' United States hockey team?
Maybe. That is different.
What if you go to the Olympics?
What if I go to the Olympics for 2 sports? What if scootering gets in the Olympics and then I can go for both?
That would be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be dope. That's what my family wants.
Do you have really ambitious goals within hockey that you're trying to achieve?
A lot has changed since when I was like younger and thought about like my career.
Where did it start?
Oh, the Olympics. Like I was gonna get an Olympic
gold medal,
doubt, and I was gonna go to the University of Wisconsin. That was my dream school.
Is that the best hockey school?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the best hockey school. And that's probably the only thing that never really changed. Like ever since I was like 5.
You're still shooting for that?
I don't know. It's complicated now, but like literally up until this year or like the end of last year, it was Wisconsin through and through and the Olympic team. Like that's what I wanted. That's what I was going to do. And then COVID happened, which like literally just like screwed all of my plans. Like, so if, like, for example, for college, they have 5th years now. So because COVID happened while you were in school,
Yeah.
you get an extra year. So instead of the seniors graduating and the freshmen coming in for like the hockey team, the seniors get a 5th year and they can stay. So then obviously majority of the time a 5th year is way better than a freshman.
Yeah.
Because they've just been there for 4 years already. So a lot of people got decommitted from a college or are not committed.
Oh,
Or
so
like
there's
won't
like
be committed because of it. Like they could have been, but
so there's a shortage of availability getting
Yeah.
into these schools.
yeah. And like
Wow. Okay.
so
I didn't even know that.
So every year it's like a gamble. It's like a school is either gonna have a too big of a team, like where there's gonna be like 5 people who don't even dress, or there's gonna be a shortage and they're not gonna have enough people because all the 5th years decided to leave.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Because then
so-
like this next
yeah.
year rolls around and it's like 2 sets of seniors are leaving.
Yeah. So it's just like So the colleges are in like a rough spot, and then that just makes the players like it's so much more stressful. Like committing supposed to be like so much fun. Like you get to decide what college you want to go to.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like that's changed. And then there's also like the transfer portal. So if you're a 5th year, you can just transfer to another school and play for them for your 5th year.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a mess right now.
Is there women's professional hockey?
Yes, but it's not like something you can make a real career out of, I would say, like right now. Like there's just not enough money in it. And there's only like maybe 5 teams.
Really?
Yeah, there's not a lot. But most girls don't want to play professional, or at least for that league,
Yeah.
because it's not big enough for them to make a career out of. So most of them just, after graduation, like they go off into their own career.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
But do girls get scholarships to go to college to play hockey though,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That's interesting.
It's pretty cool.
Who's like the best girl hockey player in the world? Is there one?
In the world,
Like a legendary one?
a legendary one. Hillary Knight's pretty good. She's been on the Olympic team. This is like her 4th Olympics or something.
Damn.
Yeah, she's really good. She played at the University of Wisconsin. But I looked up to Annie Pankowski my whole career, which is like, she's from California. She played for the Lady Ducks, which is the place that I started at.
Yeah.
She went to Wisconsin, and she made the Olympic team twice.
Dang, that's sick.
Yeah.
That's so sick. Have you ever thought about DU? Don't they have like a really good hockey program there?
BU?
DU,
DU.
Denver University.
Oh, they have a really good men's team.
Oh,
They
yeah.
don't have a girls
They
team.
don't have a girls team? That's surprising. I thought
Yeah.
they would. Damn. That's interesting. You're in 2 like hobbies in this world, or 2 crafts in this world, where it's like there's like not necessarily like a super strong like infrastructure. It's
Yeah.
like
No, I picked the 2 sports that are male dominated. Like there's not a lot of girls in either sport, or like careers, I guess, for a girl in either sport right now.
yeah.
So
So what are your ultimate goals within scootering?
what are my ultimate goals?
Like I know you said that you wanted to win worlds a while
yeah,
ago.
of course, I want to win worlds.
But beyond from just that, it's like, where do you see yourself going within scootering over the next couple of years?
I don't know what's going to change over the next couple of years, but right now the way I'm looking at it is like I want to be involved in scootering for a long time, and I want to do whatever I can to help the scene grow, not just for girls, but like for the
Just in
community.
general, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll like whatever I can do to help, I will do. Like, and I don't know what that role is for me yet, because I'm still like riding. So, which I will ride as long as I can, but like once, like I want to get into not necessarily like the business aspect of it, but like I want to support the scene
Yeah.
in whatever way I can.
I feel like the scooter community is really building very solid individuals. You know, I feel like whenever a scooter rider like really tries their hardest within the scootering world and then applies that same amount of effort and determination into anything in their life, they're going to be successful at it. Because it's like, I feel like you get told no so much within scootering that it builds up this like resistance where it's just like, all right, well, like I'm just going to go. Like it's hard to get like approval from your peers scootering, you know? It's
Yeah.
like you get no's everywhere.
Yes,
And-
all the time.
And I'm so curious to see like where the scooter riders of this world end up, as well as like what is that going to do for like the girl scootering scene? Because like I feel like if that energy could be carried onto a larger group of girls, having girls go through a scene where it's like they kind of get told no, and they get built up the same way that you just do as a scooter rider, as well as having that trust and protection from like guys that genuinely like care about you. You know what I mean? Like that look out for your protection.
Yeah.
I feel like if we can make girls more prevalent within the scene, I feel like it would just be such an awesome place for girls to like create content and create like express themselves and just do like just have it as a medium. I'm just trying to figure out ways to do that. And I want to see you lead that.
Yeah, I would love to lead that. I think the girls can do a lot for the sport, and it's going to be really exciting. Like every time I see a new girl rider, it's just like, damn, like we're on the come up. We're doing things. And, you know, like Delaney and Sophie and like all of these girl riders who are like at the top of the scene right now are like really good. It's so cool to watch. Like, I just love seeing like, obviously there's that competitive side, but I like seeing other girls, like my friends, like progress and like get the recognition that they deserve.
It's like whenever you see another girl scooter, it's like I don't necessarily know them, but they're my best friend.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like instant connection.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I wish more people could just experience how great the scootering world is and just experience like that trust and that bonding and that unity, because it's so unique.
Yeah.
And it's so like you won't find it anywhere else. I mean, I even with team sports or anything, you know it. It's just like where else will you find such a committed, excited group of people who like just genuinely care about having a good time for themselves, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's the most important thing. It's like for themselves.
Yeah. Scootering is like nobody's there, like nobody's forced to be there. So it really is just like out of love for the sport. Or like your friends, like the community is great. So I feel like that's another like motivating thing for a lot of people is like getting to go do something you love with the greatest people.
Exactly. No, it's so cool. Well, Mia, I think that this has been a fantastic podcast, and I think this is going to be a great way for people to understand who you are and to understand your personality a little bit. So thank you for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we have a ride day that we need to go to right now, and we need to talk to kids and sign pictures and take autographs, you know?
Yes.
It's going to be a good time. So
It's going to be a great time.
thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure to follow Mia on Instagram. And what is your Instagram? I always forget. There's like an underscore, huh?
Underscore Mia Catalano _
Awesome. Well, make sure to follow her, and you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Peace out.